Spring still life. In this video, I'll show you how to make this still life shown here, along with a video on how to draw these flowers. I like to paint watercolor still lifes. This is one that's hanging in my bathroom from years ago, and this is one I made the other day using yellow forsythia branches. In this demo, I'll show you how to draw a cylinder like this small vase I have here. First, I'll start with that vase. The top is like a wide smile line. Curved, not just a straight horizontal line, a curved line like a smile. Now you're going to draw two vertical lines going straight down. If you're having trouble drawing a straight line, you can always use a straight edge like a ruler or anything else that's straight. Now I'm going to draw another curved line on the bottom that matches the curved line at the top, and then finally a curved line at the back going the opposite direction like a frown. I'm doing an observational drawing, which means I'm looking at what I'm drawing. So I'm starting with a dandelion because I'm sure a lot of you have those in your yards right now. It's a circular shape, as I showed you before. And then it has all those little petals coming out sort of like rays of the sun all the way around in the inside. Now I'm going to show you the grape hyacinth. You can see it looks like a cluster of grapes, and I also was focusing on the outside shape, which looks like a triangle or cone shape. So I was looking at that in my little bouquet, drawing where it was and where it's showing in the little cylinder. If you're using your imagination, you can put it wherever you want. Now I'm filling in that little cone shape with those little circular grapes. They get a little bit smaller as they go towards the top. Finally, I'll show you the daffodil. These are mini daffodils. They have a star-like shape with 6 petals, which is more than the typical star. I'm focusing on where they are in my little bouquet as I draw them. And, oh, I got a drop of water. That's okay. We all make mistakes. It will dry. So I'm drawing 6 petals. It's okay if they don't look great or perfect. I don't think there's any perfect in art. And the middle is like a cylinder, just like the little vase you made. Drawing a big, thick stem. Daffodils have pretty thick stems. Now I'm drawing another cylinder, creating a little wavy line for that middle part of the cylinder, and the star-shaped petals around it. Now I'm using crayons to trace the outside of my lines using the colors of those flowers. You can fully color in smaller details like stems, and now I'm using a white crayon for my white details on the grape hyacinth so that when I add the marker, it won't stick. Now I'm using some black to outline my vase. You can use whatever color you want. And then finally, I'm adding some lines using red, some horizontal lines to indicate that there is a table that this little vase is sitting on, which a lot of still life paintings and drawings have. So now I'm going to show you how you can use markers almost like watercolor paint. If you have watercolor, you can use these instead of markers, or you could decide just to do a still life drawing and not use any water to create a painting at all. It's up to you. You can even do a still life directly on Seesaw. I'm using more than one purple marker to show that there's depth and space in this flower. If you have a lot of colors, take advantage of them. Use what you have at home though. I also use some thick markers to create some background colors behind the plants and on the table that I actually just cut out so you didn't have to watch all of it. Once you're done with the markers, you can take out water if you want to try the watercolor method. I'm using a brush and water on top of my markers to blend them together. I'm rinsing my brush in between colors just like I'd use with paint. So you can see I'm carefully doing the purple. I already did the orange, rinsing in between, doing the stem. You still have to be careful. You could go outside of the lines pretty easily this way, but that's all right. Beautiful oopsit. I use that as part of my background instead. And then I'm filling in more there. And when you need a bigger brush, go get a bigger brush to fill in bigger spaces faster. And there's my finished piece. You can always go back when it's dry to clean up any edges if you need to. Now I'm going to show you how to draw all these different spring flowers. If you don't need these directions, you can stop the video now. Starting with a tulip. First, you draw the letter U. Now you're drawing 2 curved lines pointing down towards the edges and a curved line in the middle, and then a straight stem. The leaves of a tulip are almost like the letter D, and then you can add the middle of the leaf using a wavy line. You can add another leaf on the other side by drawing a backwards capital D, and then a wavy line in the middle. Now I'm going to show you one of my favorite spring flowers. They're called Lily of the Valley. First you draw sort of a lazy candy cane shape, and now you're drawing circles coming off of it, sort of getting smaller towards the tip and wider as they go down. I'm adding little stems, and then I'm showing that they're actually shaped sort of like little bells by drawing little wavy lines at the bottom in a frown shape on each. The leaves on Lily of the Valley are kind of similar to a tulip leaf, but smaller. So I'm drawing an oval shape at the base. I like to start my ovals at the tip and go down, and you can draw a line in the middle if you'd like. Now I'm going to show you a little spring flower I found in my yard. Its common name is blue star flower. It's a little bulb that grows every spring, and it is like the shape of a star. So I'm doing curved, pointed, star-shaped petals. I like to also think about where the middle is when I draw the petals. This plant has 5 petals, just like a star. And it also, on this variety, has little lines going down the middle of them. So I'm looking at them while I draw them. So I'm drawing the little lines going down the middle of each petal. There's a little detail in the center of the flower. And then they have little skinny stems, and their leaves almost look just like grass. They have the same kind of leaves as the little grape hyacinth that I showed in the earlier video. Finally, I'm showing you a couple quick, easier flowers to draw that you can kind of use your imagination. This could be like a sunflower. It could be like a daisy or an echinacea, any flower with a big center and lots of petals. They could be oval or triangle shaped. Now I'm showing you a simple flower with wavy lines going in a circle. Those look like my strawberry blossoms right now. And then finally, I'm showing you another of my favorite flowers, which are called bleeding heart flowers. If you know how to draw a heart, start with a heart shape, and then you add little details on the bottom, and they also grow similar to the Lily of the Valley. So there's that lazy candy cane shape, little hearts that get smaller towards the end of the candy cane, a little bottom piece, almost like a beak of a duck, and then they grow off kind of hanging down. They're also pink, and they have kind of jaggedy shaped leaves. So those are all the flowers I'm going to show you today. I hope you came up with some ideas for your own still life, and I can't wait to see them. Have fun.